Fast fashion retailing nowadays is becoming a huge demand of customers in Australia. However, some unique kinds of businesses started to exist, such as Recycle Boutique, which is selling their products with a concept of consuming sustainably. Yumi is a fashion entrepreneur who used to interview one of these shops in Melbourne. Now let's see what is her understanding of the fast fashion retailing and this Recycle Boutique in the fashion industry.
Okay, hi Yumi. Thanks for taking this interview today. The first question, what is the fast fashion retailing? Can you give us some examples?
Fast fashion retailing is the transformation of fashion trends from catwalk into retail. There are some great examples of fast fashion retailing in the market, Zara, H&M, and Topshop. They're really good at using large volume of manufacture to transfer the fashion trend as quick as possible into the retail and selling it in an inexpensive cost. So that's what I think of fast fashion retailing. Yep, so fast fashion retailing is more about fashion trends in the catwalk, and it's more about manufacture, especially large quantity of manufacturing. And it's all about the cost, lower cost, cheap price, and large volume of target customers, especially young people. However, for the Recycle Boutique, it's more about recycling, and the target market has a broad range, can be from 16 to 60 years old. And the Recycle Boutique is more like a service platform instead of fashion retail, because they are selling the service, not the product.
Fast fashion retailing is a trend, and you mentioned in your article that the most textile waste are generated during the customer use stage in products' life cycle. But today, the concept of sustainable and textile recycle has been grown in customers' mind. That's what you mentioned in the article.
Yep.
So what do you think the possible reasons are?
Because as you can see that the global warming has great impact into the environment, and this kind of change in the climate and the air pollution that makes consumers more aware about the environment that they're living in. And a lot of research has shows that textile waste generates most in the consumer use stage, owing to the washing machine, the chemical pollution through using these detergents, and electricity waste, and air pollution of the carbon dioxide released from using the dryers. In addition, usually the life cycle of garments in fast fashion is just 1 year, and actually the garments quality itself is really good. It's just the style is changing so quickly that a lot of people just dispose the garment into the landfill, which creates a lot of damage to the earth. Yeah, for example, the Recycle Boutique, they have this Environmental Protection Act on their website, and they also give away some brochures of how to protect our environment to their consumers. In addition to that, they create an incentive of motivating customers to help the Recycling Act through providing them profit of selling their garments. So customers can get 50% off if the garment in the Recycle Boutique has sold. I guess that's more proactive than other environmental organizations just saying that or educating their customers without providing them any actual benefits, because all they care about is what can they gain from your product or service. As far as I know, they're the only one that's doing that kind of service in the fashion retail. Yeah. The uniqueness of the Recycle Boutique, it's a service platform instead of providing product to its customers compared to its competitors of all the vintage shop in Melbourne. Because in the vintage shop, they have different style or they position themselves in a different market. However, the Recycle Boutique, it's more of a service platform that provides benefits for both sellers and buyers. For example, the buyers, they can get 50% off their profit if the product's sold, and the sellers can select the specific style or the specific garment or the specific brand that they want from the Recycle Boutique. Not quite so, because they have a really broad target market from age 16 to 60, and because it's a Recycle Boutique that they sell all kinds of clothing. Even though they select different kind of specific kind of brand, it's because they know that this brand produce more of durable garment or more of a better quality garment, and they know that the style of this brand will be more long lasting because they're providing more of a core product instead of a fashion product. I think it's a marketing strategy of them to do this kind of business. Have you ever noticed that a lot of successful business nowadays, it's a platform, a service platform to create benefits for both parties to share? For example, the Airbnb and Uber. The successful reason behind them is they create a platform to share accommodation and to share transport. Like the Recycle Boutique, they have this concept to share fashion with providing both benefits to both parties. Through my interview with the owner of the shop, they will select the trend that is more aware this year or more aware in that area for their customers, not just any random second-hand garments. They have a criteria of selection the garments to attract their consumers, because the buyers want to sell their clothes, and they are the platform that help them to sell the clothes. If the garment is not on trend or it's not hasn't been aware by the consumer this year, then it wouldn't be success to sell them out. So the Recycle Boutique definitely will select the trend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the position of Recycle Boutique is they are at a affordable price and high value, because the garment that they select, it's really durable and high quality. And some of the brands like Alexander McQueen, they're really expensive brands, but they sell it in quite an affordable price, maybe because of the age of the garment and the style, but they still like high value of their products. And yeah, I think they have great potential to grow in the fashion market, because what makes them unique other than the other fashion retail such as fast fashion, luxury fashion, or vintage fashion boutiques is they're not just proactivating the sustainable concept, but they also create a platform to share this kind of service. Like I mentioned before, a lot of successful business nowadays are creating a platform for consumers to share. Yeah, actually nowadays there are a lot of companies that having this sustainable concept. For example, H&M, they're like doing this sustainable week or sustainable month to just encourage the customers to bring the old garments to their shop, and then they will give you a 50% off voucher for you to purchase their products in the shop. So I think a lot of companies, they have this awareness on the sustainability. It's also like a corporate social responsibility strategy of them to build a good reputation or a good image in the market to attract the consumer or to hold the consumer's loyalty. For us, we are more like a media between the designers and business. So for example, what I've been doing is to help startup business, like design business or fashion design business, to solve their challenges in the market. For example, I have been working with a company called Obiki. They're a men's keychain company, and they wanted to expand their market into the female industry or in the fashion industry. So what I've been doing is I have came up with an idea of the sustainable denim keychain for them, because like as I mentioned before, sustainable is a big topic in the fashion industry nowadays. So and the reason of choosing denim is a never fading trend. Every brand, every fashion brand, they all have their own denim collection. And I happen to have this friend who had his own denim manufacturer in China. So I contacted him, and he told me that there's a lot of cut-off fabrics from denim he made every year. So why not just use this cut-off to make the keychain, and it's quite fashionable for a denim keychain in the fashion market. So that's how I came up with this idea, and I think that's what a fashion entrepreneur will do in the future. The selection is not on us because trend forecast is quite a broad topic. So we really have to select the trend for our customers. For example, H&M, how they select the style for their customers is based on data. It's all about numbers and statistics, so that they know their customer's personality and they think that, oh, maybe this kind of style will fit their customer. So they select the style from the runway that they think it will fit their customer to sell in the store. Yeah, that's a really good question. So for designers, probably some of them doesn't really know their target customers. They just like what they're doing, and they know what they're doing. And I think nowadays it is the technology, it is the media who has the power to define trends. As long as you have a lot of followers, then even just an Instagram pictures, no matter, like, it's hard to define a design is good or not, no matter what kind of design it is. Just like, for example, Lady Gaga, and the garment she wear, and if she posts online, then there are a lot of people that's following her. So it's really hard to define whether a design is good or not. It is all about information delivering and how wide can you reach your target audience. That's why a lot of people think that fashion trend is fast fashion. It's because fast fashion is able to deliver their styles to a wider audience, because maybe the price point is low, so a lot of people will think that, oh, maybe fashion trend is about fast fashion.
So thank you again for taking this interview. Thanks for your time, Yumi.
Thank you, Jack.